Hi everyone, this is Audacious and welcome back to Naval. Today we'll be reviewing our final video on Audacious. So, the Tier 9 British carrier, so far we have done the first layout with the primary and alternate bombers, and we had a really trash game yesterday with the second layout for the primary bombers, so hopefully we will definitely have a better game today. I have a good feeling about it. So, as always, the ship itself has not changed, same stats as always. However, we now have 2 fighter squadrons, 2 torpedo bomber squadrons, and 2 dive bomber squadrons. We have the slow yet powerful torpedoes, and we have the more damaging yet less fire-starting bombs. So, without further ado, let's toss into a game and see how we can be with this setup. Alright, and here for ourselves the game. We have 1 carrier, a few battleships, a couple cruisers, and actually quite a few destroyers this game. Alright, so let's see how we can do for our final game. So what ships do we have? 1 carrier, 4 battleships, 3 cruisers, 4 destroyers. Well, Iowa and Lion have pretty decent AA. All those cruisers have strong AA. And then Fletcher and Aki have strong AA as well. Same with the carrier. So we have a kind of a mixed match of strong and not so strong AA. But I think we're going to use our fighters as AA bait right from the start. And we have 20 spare fighters, 20 spare torpedo bombers, and 20 spare dive bombers as well. And let's just get our aircraft into the air here. So I have to make sure that I give enough lead for my slower torpedoes. The bombs have the same kind of aim no matter what. Those don't change. Alright, so we have our dive bombers out first. It looks like our fighters are next, and then last will be our torpedo bombers. And then what do we already see? We already have a lean and a Yamato. Tashkent is over here. What else do we have? There's the Iowa, Worcester, Alaska. Alright, so a good mix. I don't like the Worcester on my side, though. That ship's going to take down a ton of aircraft. Alright, so let's immediately start setting up our aircraft for our strike. We're going to start with our torpedoes, as always, because I really like my torpedoes. And you know what? Let's try and just take this Worcester out beginning. It's the strongest AA ship on their team. So whatever I lose now, I do have the spares for. And honestly, I'll just be a lot easier without having to go around her the entire time. Now I do have to give enough lead for the torpedoes though. Something like that should be good. Now these torpedoes do almost 10,000 damage each. So yeah, there we go. Goodbye. Alright, cool. Next, bring our dive bombers back over here. Let's put our fighters around them while our torpedo bombers reload. We're just going to come around this corner here and start making our way north. Alright. Dive bombers, where do we want to attack? Ooh, that Yamato is pretty separate. And if the Iowa keeps heading to the east, that'll help us even more. I think we're going to go after this Yama. How is our team looking? We lost 1 destroyer, they lost a destroyer and a cruiser. They're about to lose, yep, there we go, another cruiser. Their Jutland is almost down. Doing pretty decent, I would say. Alright, so let's bring in our dive bombers. We've already almost lost an entire squadron of fighters, believe it or not. Well, I can't believe it. We went after a Worcester. Alright, so these bombs do a lot of damage. Not so much on the fire chance, though. Let's see what we can do against a almost full HP Yama. 10,000 damage out of 9 bomb hits. It could have been better, I feel, but I'm not also going to complain because it's damage, and we did start a fire. Alright, so let's see if we can keep some of our fighters at least. Our torpedo bombers are ready to come back out. We're going to cap this base here. However, I'm not going to go on the right side of the island like I sometimes do. I'm going to slow down to cap and then stay on the left side. That way I don't, come face to face with an Iowa. Because we don't really need that. I'm thinking I want to go after this carrier next. Because I think my team, even though they're all given broadside, can take care of a Bismarck and a Lion. And then once they do that, they can take care of the Iowa as well. Where are we shooting down aircraft? I'm not sure. Alright. Alright, so let's see. Maybe we can one-shot this carrier. Because we've already seen in earlier videos how strong Audacious is anti-aircraft defense is. So we don't really need to show that again. I think I'm going to lose... Well, I'm definitely sure I'm going to lose Squad 1 in this attack. Alright, and we want to go up here with our carrier. Back to our torpedo bombers here. Actually, let's use our fighters to go up against the torpedo bombers. Save what little part of our team we have left. Actually, we have quite a bit of our team left. And then see if we can get some good torpedo damage on this carrier. She's stuck between the island, so she can't turn right, which means she can only turn left or go straight ahead. And either way, she's going to take a ton of torps. I didn't really give enough lead still, but she's still going to take at least 6. And that's still almost enough to bring her down to almost nothing. Alright, so we did lose Squad 1. Squad 2 can go after some of these aircraft for right now. Let's put our dive bombers together. Where's our carrier? Over here. Alright, so... Ooh, are we shooting down? Yep, we got a couple fighters firing our torpedo bombers. We should be able to take care of these relatively quickly. Dive bombers are almost in position. Though it looks like we're going to lose our Tashkent. Boink, there she goes. Alright, let's bring our fighters back over here for right now. I do see the next wave of torpedo bombers coming in, but I don't really want to have the enemy anti-aircraft defenses helping shoot down my aircraft. Why are you going all the way over there? I'm trying to have you survive. Okay, there we go. Alright, so let's see if the armor deck on Audacious is going to work in her favor this time. So maybe something like that. Alright, 4 bomb hits, 7 bomb hits, and barely any damage. So yes, the armor deck that we saw in previous games is still working quite nicely for her. And we did not even get a fire, so having no fire, or pretty low fire chance, combined with an armored deck means that your dive bombers are going to be absolutely worthless going against the enemy carrier. But that's alright, she is still susceptible to torpedo bombers, so we're going to bring those out. We're going to try and take down some of these torpedo bombers ourselves, but I think we're going to get caught up in those fighters. That's fine. We're still doing really good on our spare aircraft as well. We haven't even lost half of anything. Alright. We finished off those fighters, so let's work on these torpedo bombers since they have no fighter escort anymore. But we may not get many because our torpedo strike will be the last of the game, since every other single ship on the enemy team has been sunk. Our team pulled through on this one very hard. Alright, so let's see if we can get this torpedo lead correct. You kind of have to give a ton of lead And even when I do that, it's still sometimes not enough. But she will definitely not escape that. So that will finish her off. And okay, I was kind of worried there. I was going to see how many will she suck up before she goes down. Alright, so that will finish our game. Let's see how we did today. 123,000 damage, so still not that much, but definitely better than yesterday. 2 ships sunk, 17 torpedo hits, 16 bomb hits, 26 aircraft shot down, 1 fire, 2 floodings, and 1 capped base for 5,800 base XP. We had 10,000 damage in fires and floodings, 101,000 damage in torpedoes, and only 12,000 damage in bombs. For 16 bomb hits, only 12,000 damage. Yeah, you can see how your bombs are kind of ineffective right now. So, yeah, we did a bunch of damage on that Worcester and the Gibraltar. And a little bit on the Amato, but not that much, honestly. So, yeah, even if you do get a second squadron of dive bombers, it only kind of is a negative against you because your dive bombers don't really have the ability to do much. So the way I think I'm going to play her is I'm going to have the first layout. That way I have additional spare aircraft for my torpedo bombers and fighters because those are what are going to help you win the game. And then the one squadron of dive bombers to help you set up fires after your torpedo strike, and even maybe set some perma fires, which that first set of bombers will help you do the best. So that concludes our final game and video for Audacious, a very, very fun and very beautiful carrier. So thank you for watching. Tomorrow we'll be going over the top tier British carrier, that being Malta. And we'll be starting with the first air group with the first set of bombers. So thank you for watching again. And tomorrow we will be starting with Malta. Take care.